If you have an old grayish faded deck or seating area out like this, today's video is for you. We're going to turn it into a thing of beauty in only a half hour and achieve this beautiful wet look.
If you're interested in knowing how I built this, how we built this whole swim spot, how the foundation footing works, how the pad works, I'm going to take you through all of the steps so you can do it yourself and save tons of money. And the basketball court.
If you're a do-it-yourself person and you want to build a basketball court for like $3,000, this is definitely a video for you. I do everything myself. I just hire out different contractors for different specific jobs, but you will learn exactly how to build a court from scratch. I also did a video on how to build a sunken fire pit with waterfalls, all from scratch.
We're almost finishing our entire backyard here. What's missing? Music. We've picked up 4 wireless stereo speakers that are synced together. What's special about these is they are wireless. You can have over 100 speakers linked together, and the coolest thing is they have this flame effect that looks like fire. So I wanted to show you a tease. Stay tuned for that video as well. Let's get back into it. This is our sunken fire pit right here. See, because we've been doing all this extra work, we get the swim spine, we get the basketball court, and a lot of concrete. And because of that, this wood, well, it's a little grayed out and dusty and whatnot. Now this is pressure treated wood, and all we're gonna do is just use some polyurethane to coat it. I'm gonna show you exactly how to do it, and it's only gonna cost us $50 to do this. For this project, we are going to be using the Varathane Ultimate. This is going to give us a diamond finish. Now, you can get different type of Varathane products. I'm going to flash these right now on the screen. When I was trying to get it, was actually sold out. This one is mold and mildew resistant. Also UV protection, which means that the colors are not going to fade as much as without. This is oil based, and if you want that sheen, glossy look, this is what you want. You can also get this in semi-gloss, or also called low luster. So we went for the gloss because when you do paint it, gloss doesn't really show up as super glossy that you would expect unless you put like 3-4 coats on it. We're only gonna putting 1, maybe 2 on these posts here just to pop them a little more. So you use a basic brush on this. If you're painting outdoors, you don't need a respirator, but I would definitely recommend one, a proper one, not just like a little cover-up mask. Especially if you're doing indoors, do not put this in a paint gun. Use a ruler or ideally a brush, like a big brush. We're gonna be using a small one, but whatever works for you on this. And first, you obviously want to test this out on a smaller piece of wood just to make sure. And again, if you're using pressure treated wood like we are, you can go directly over it. You don't have to sand it or anything. Sometimes they do say that you should do like a 320 grit sand after. For the deck out here, we're not going to worry about it, but if we're doing furniture on the inside, we probably want to sand it a little bit and maybe just apply a nice little coat thereafter. Then you get like this nice sort of like antique look with a gloss. Anyways, let's go and test this. Do not shake this can. Take a little bit of oil on the brush thing and let's paint it. Again, we're going for that wet look. You can use a roller, but I feel that brush just gives you better control. And you can see already it makes a huge difference. So let's actually go and apply this somewhere else. We also have some pressure treated wood here. Now pressure treated wood isn't stained, so you can apply this directly on it. If you already have a stain, this gloss will work. I'm gonna seal whatever colors you have on it. There you go. So I definitely love the look. So we are obviously going to be painting all of this. Now the question is, how will this work on painted surfaces? So this is a painted piece of wood. Wow, the gloss really pops. It actually looks good even on paint. We're going to start painting this. So you want to have about 25 minutes in between the coats. So make sure you do it on a sunny day, on a dry day, because you probably want at least 24 hours of curing time. It's going to take maybe like an hour and a half to actually harden, but you want to also just have an extra day before any water falls on it or you actually walk on it. So you can see that there's these concrete stains in here that no matter how much I clean this, it's not going to work. But remember, you always want to make sure that prep this by using soap and water to clean your wood before applying this. When you're painting, you definitely want to have one of these. This does have very low VOC, but you never know. So we're going to start here. It's going quite quickly even with a little brush like this. So this whole area just only took me 4 minutes. So estimating about 25 minutes for the whole thing. I honestly don't even think we're going to need one more coat. So definitely looks like wet antiqued wood. Definitely have a nice sheen to it, and I can definitely say that it looks absolutely great. And you can definitely smell the oil as well. It's actually not even as glossy as I thought it was going to be. If this works on wood, would it also work on concrete? I'm going to show you. This is untouched cement, by the way. What's going to happen is it kind of will pop a little bit, It's going to give you that sheen, but it's not going to do the same thing as if you were to use concrete varnish. Definitely has a little bit of a wet look as well. Like this is the dry, this is the wet. So if you really wanted to, you could. All right, so it is about 4 hours after we've painted this, and to the touch, it's still a little bit tacky. We're gonna use up 3/4 of the can on this entire section. We're gonna wait until tomorrow to actually do a water test. And make sure you tune in to this. This is the wet look sealer. We're gonna be using it at the very bottom. So it rained last night, so you can see that it kind of puddles, and it's actually not going to absorb at all. It's gonna dry off. So that's kind of what you're looking for. If you're trying to achieve a nice semi or full gloss finish that's a wet look, this is definitely something you want to consider. So whether you're considering outdoor or indoor projects, if you're looking to add that professionalism to your furniture, your cabinet, or in our case, our deck, then Varathane is something you want to consider. This is obviously not the only one that you can use. You can definitely buy another version of that. All right, so now all that's left over is setting up our speakers, but I'm going to save that for the next video, as well as tiling of that fire pit. So if you're interested in building a fire pit, a smokeless fire pit, there's going to be a video for that as well. Anyways, that's the video. Thanks so much for tuning in. See you guys on the next one.